In the cold, unforgiving darkness of the post-apocalyptic world, where the sun had become a distant memory, Sarah huddled in the abandoned basement of a decaying house. She clutched her shotgun tightly, her heart pounding like a drum as the unnerving sounds of the undead echoed outside. The nightmare had begun 3 months ago. It started with whispers of an unknown virus, something the government couldn't control. Panic had spread faster than the contagion itself, and within weeks, the world had descended into chaos. Sarah remembered watching helplessly as her family, one by one, succumbed to the infection. Now, she was alone, haunted by the memories of their hollow eyes and ravenous hunger. The basement was damp, and the air was thick with the musty scent of decay. Sarah had scavenged enough supplies to last a few more days, but she knew that she couldn't stay hidden forever. Hunger and desperation would eventually force her out into the hellish landscape beyond. Outside, the relentless rain tapped on the windows, a constant reminder of the world's relentless decay. Sarah's flashlight flickered as she checked her shotgun's ammunition. She had just 1 shell left. She knew it wouldn't be enough, but it was all she had. The eerie silence was shattered by a distant, guttural moan. Sarah's heart leaped into her throat, and she held her breath, straining to listen. Another moan. Closer this time. They were out there, searching, hungry. She heard the unmistakable sound of wet, dragging footsteps, and her pulse quickened. They were coming closer, their numbers growing. Sarah knew she had to make a decision quickly. She couldn't stay trapped in this basement forever. With a trembling hand, she loaded the last shell into her shotgun and climbed the creaking stairs that led to the ground floor. Every step was agony as the fear of what lay beyond gnawed at her. When she reached the top, she cracked the door open just enough to peer outside. The world was shrouded in darkness, illuminated only by the faint glow of the moon. The rain had turned the streets into muddy rivers, and the dilapidated buildings loomed like silent sentinels of death. Sarah could hear them now, their collective moans forming a chilling symphony that sent shivers down her spine. Taking a deep breath, she stepped out into the night, her shotgun held ready. Her footsteps splashed through puddles, each one echoing like a gunshot in the stillness. She moved cautiously, her senses on high alert, searching for any signs of danger. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows, its tattered clothes clinging to its emaciated frame. It was one of them, a grotesque and twisted version of a human being. Its milky eyes fixed on Sarah, and it lunged at her with inhuman speed. With a scream, Sarah fired her shotgun, the deafening blast echoing through the desolation. The creature fell to the ground, twitching and convulsing, but Sarah knew it wouldn't be the last. She kept moving, her heart pounding, her mind a whirlwind of terror. The rain intensified, soaking her to the bone, but she pressed on. Every corner she turned, every dark alley she ventured into, brought her face to face with more of the undead. She was running out of ammunition, and exhaustion was setting in. As dawn broke, Sarah found herself in the heart of the city, surrounded by a sea of undead. They moved slowly, like a relentless tide, closing in on her from all sides. She had no way out, no escape. Desperation consumed her, and she let out a guttural scream, firing her empty shotgun into the air. The sound echoed through the city, drawing the attention of every nearby undead. They converged on her, a writhing mass of death. Sarah fought with everything she had left, using the shotgun as a makeshift club. But it was futile. They overwhelmed her, their cold, clammy hands grasping for her flesh. She could feel their decaying breath on her skin, their hungry mouths closing in. In those final moments, Sarah's mind fractured, and she was transported back to the basement, to the safety of darkness. The world outside ceased to exist, and the moans of the undead faded into silence. But it was a false sanctuary, a prison of her own making. The horror had only just begun. for in the depths of her own psyche, the true monsters lurked, waiting to consume her sanity. The zombie apocalypse had claimed not only the world but also her soul, leaving her trapped in a never-ending nightmare of her own creation, and so, in the cold, unforgiving darkness of her own mind, Sarah's screams echoed for all eternity, a haunting reminder of the horrors that had consumed the world.